In today's video, we are going to be making some keto pecan pralines. These are so good. So let's get into the video, but before we do, if you are new here and you like keto or low carb recipes, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and let's get right into the video. Alright, so to start off with these pralines, we're going to start off with about 1.5 cups of pecans. And we're going to add them to a skillet on medium heat. Now we're just going to go ahead and let these toast a little bit. You're going to smell them. They're going to become a little fragrant and toasty smelling. So it's not going to take long, maybe like 3 to 4 minutes. Alright, and then once they're fragrant and toasty, go ahead and set them to the side. Okay, now we're going to add in some butter to the pan. Now this recipe calls for 8 tablespoons of butter. You're only going to add in 7 tablespoons to the skillet right now. Set 1 tablespoon to the side because you're going to add it in at the end. Alright, and once the butter is melted, we're just going to kind of let it cook for a little bit until you start to see brown little speckles. What we're trying to do is trying to make like a brown butter. So when you know it's done, you're gonna see little brown little speckles in it. So now we are adding in a brown sugar replacement. I'm using monk fruit golden as my sweetener. So we're gonna add that into the butter. Mix that all in. And that was 1/3 cup. Now we're adding in 1/3 cup of heavy cream. And we're just going to kind of mix that in. Now I'm adding in 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And now the only thing we have left to do is we're just going to kind of stir it a little bit. And it's going to kind of just cook, simmer until it starts to thicken. So your heavy cream mixture here should start to get a little bit thick. Okay, now once this has thickened up, then we're going to add in our toasted pecans back into the pan. Alright, so now that it has thickened up, we are going to add in our pecans back into the pan. Okay, and once this has thickened up, add your pecans back in. And you're just going to let them cook for a little bit. Okay, and so it's thickened up and it's cooked for a few minutes in there. Now we're going to add in that extra tablespoon of butter that we had. And that's just going to help this part get a little bit more of that creamy feel. And we're also going to add in the 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And just cook that down until the butter is well dissolved into the mixture. Alright, so then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to line a baking sheet with some parchment paper. And we're just going to get a regular kitchen spoon and we are just going to scoop little piles on top of the parchment paper. So it doesn't really matter. They don't have to be perfect. Just scoop up a spoonful in different piles all over the baking sheet, and that is pretty much it. That's all we're gonna do. And then when we're done with this, they are just gonna go into the fridge, and then they are going to set in the fridge. Okay, and then we have taken them out of the fridge and they are firm. So they peel really easily off of the parchment paper. So all we're going to do is we're going to remove them from the parchment paper, and that's it. You can eat them just like that. They are now ready to go. But I decided to do a little something extra to these today, and I'm going to be putting a little bit of drizzle on top of them and see how it goes. Okay, so today I'm going to be using the ChocZero White Hazelnut Spread to drizzle on top of these. It's just something I wanted to try. So to make this drizzle, I'm just going to put just a little bit, however much you think you're going to need. And we're just going to add some to a little bowl here. Okay, and this is probably actually too much. So just start off with a little bit, maybe a tablespoon or two, and see how it is. So I just am not sure how much I'm going to need for this. So maybe start with a tablespoon. And then we're going to add in some coconut oil with it, and probably maybe about a teaspoon. Just a teaspoon. That's all you need. Okay, and now I'm just going to mix it together, mix the coconut oil with the hazelnut spread, and I'm going to put it in the microwave, not for a long time, just to kind of warm up a little bit so that they can both mix well together. Alright, now as you can see, it's been in the microwave for about 15 seconds, and it's mixed with the coconut oil. The coconut oil is going to also let it be a little bit more runny, which will make it a lot easier to drizzle. Alright, and I actually found these drizzle spoons on Amazon, so I am going to be using that because my first attempt to do this with a regular spoon did not go too well. But I watched a couple videos on how to drizzle, and I am in no way an expert at drizzling. This is actually my first time trying to drizzle something, but I do know you got to move kind of fast to get the drizzles on there. So you can totally skip this part. These are really good without the drizzle. I just wanted to try a little something extra. Alright, and so we went ahead and let it sit for a while, and now we're just going to put them back in the fridge to set. Alright, so the pralines are done. I had them sitting in the fridge for about maybe an hour or two, just when I was in between doing other things. So they are done. So here I have one right here. Okay, this is kind of a big one. You definitely want to keep them in the fridge. A tip for you, because they will get soft. Okay, they're meant to be kept in the fridge. So let's give this a bite. Like, why didn't I know about these before keto? Well, I guess it's a good thing I didn't. But that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you guys are not following me on my social media, if you have Instagram or Facebook, I do have a page for Facebook and for Instagram. So I will leave the link for the information down below. And I do post information on there about upcoming videos and things like that, or videos that are being released. So if you don't really get the YouTube notifications, or you're just not on YouTube like that and you're more on Facebook or Instagram, then feel free to follow me there for any updates. Every time a video comes out, I do post it there as well. But other than that, I'll see you in the next video.